Hey, happy 420, everybody. Um, I am a cancer survivor because of cannabis. So today is a very meaningful day for me, and I don't look at it necessarily as a day to just celebrate smoking weed, but all of the other healing aspects that it has. And before I had cancer, I was also practicing Reiki, and I was doing shamanic journeys, and I was doing a lot of really deep inner spiritual work. And I was learning who my spiritual team was and getting to know what working with my guides felt like. And when I found out I had cancer, I had guides that were working with me, helping me discover more of its meaning and how it related to my life as a healer. And basically, I felt like I went through an initiation when I was diagnosed with cancer, and then also when I was fighting cancer. And a lot of people wonder what I did that helped me through my fight with cancer. And yes, I was changing my diet to a more alkaline diet, but I was also researching how cannabis was also helpful in killing cancer cells, which makes so much sense because so much of our energy on the planet comes from plants. And why would our plants be on the planet if we weren't connected to them somehow? And one of the best ways that I think is an example of this is that our bodies actually have a endocannabinoid system, and of course cannabis has cannabinoids. And so our body and this plant are actually biologically mutual, meaning that they work together mutualistically, where really the plant itself gets our carbon dioxide that we breathe out, and then the plant gives us all of its healing benefits. So, out of curiosity, how many of you are realizing at this time that you are closing chapters to an old life? It's really interesting how this 420 comes right after a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, and we also have our north node in Taurus. So I feel like this earth energy and this fire energy is bringing up and helping us clarify what things that we used to think were helpful for us but are no longer helpful. And in a lot of ways, I think that plant medicines in particular might be changing, and we have to be aware if they're making changes, regarding the laws around natural medicines and what we can choose to use to help us heal. So when you hear the word cannabis, do you think of it as a drug? I know many people do, but my story that I've been working on, and that I am also working on the publishing part of it, which is quite challenging. My story is about how I used cannabis to help heal cancer and shrink the tumor that I used to have, and how working with this plant transformed many different aspects of healing and life. And I will definitely keep you updated on that process, because it does seem like it will be a little bit longer. And I might even share some of the steps I have to take in order to publish my book, and to try to share my story of how I basically was on 1 gram or 1,000 milligrams of cannabis a day, all day, every day, for about 3 years. Now, after the tumor had shrunk down, I was able to lower my dosage of cannabis, which was nice, because it helped me financially, and also just to be able to function and acclimate to the mainstream world a little bit better. But as I went through this journey, I definitely felt like I was put down by certain crowds of people. And I also still think that in the healing community and in the spiritual community, that there also are still stereotypes and prejudices when it comes to working with cannabis as a medicine. And I'm just going to bring up that Jack Herrera was a wonderful man, and I just want to say thank you, Jack. And I am sending a shout out on 420 for all of the work, all of the groundwork, especially that he laid down for researching the history of cannabis, and how basically up until the late 1800s, cannabis was very common as a medicine. It was very commonly used in many different forms of tinctures, and made into edibles, and it's used to treat many things, even farther back. I mean, we're talking about far, far back, like a couple thousand years. Cannabis was used to treat epilepsy, and it's been used to treat many other diseases and illnesses in the past. It was also helpful for heart disease, diabetes. It's been used for pain, and it's also been used for PTSD and many other things. Like, really, the list can go on. And in a way, I think that being able to grow this plant and provide your own medicine for healing is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And it's also something that I moved to Colorado so that I could also do that, use cannabis to fight cancer, which I did. And I actually was growing my own medicine and making my own full extract cannabis oil towards the end of my healing process. and I went into remission January of 2020. So I just wanted to put out a shorter video and see what your opinions are about cannabis. Um, if you've used it to heal your own illnesses, or if it has helped benefit you in some way, please comment below. And if this video has helped you in any way, also please like it and subscribe to my channel. I am definitely going to be putting out more information on astrology and even on some of the other healing modalities that I work with. I am also a Kundalini yoga teacher, and so I do a lot of work with meditations, and with yoga. And then I also do a lot of healing work with shamanic journeys. And so I really like to incorporate all of these things together. And earlier I asked about if people have left things behind in the past, and if a lot of people do feel like they're moving into a new direction at this time, because this energy of the second new moon in Aries and solar eclipse has been very intense. And it took me a little bit to get on here again because I have been feeling it, and I also have been moving through a lot of shifts and powerful changes, and it is exciting, but it also is kind of scary, as a lot of you probably have been experiencing too. Tomorrow, Mercury goes into retrograde in Taurus. So we are going to be reviewing, re-examining a lot of how we relate to our value and worth, and also how we relate to our resources. And this is why I'm bringing up cannabis. Is cannabis a valuable resource to you? And what if they decided to make it illegal again? Or how do you feel about them changing any of the laws on natural medicine? I feel like there could be some issues coming up with this just because of our North Node in Taurus and Mercury going retrograde in Taurus. So I just wanted to hop on here just to say hi and happy 420. And I hope that all of you are enjoying your day. And I really am sending out as much love and infinite blessings to all of you. I know that we're all going through a lot, and I want you to know that I am a place where I hope that you can feel like you're not being judged, because that is one of the things that seems to be going around. And I think if we can let go of a lot of judgments right now and really just try to be kind to each other and get to know each other, it'll help change some of our perspectives and even help us connect to maybe different groups of people than we thought we'd be able to. So I'm just sending out so much love. Happy 420.